Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Detail Garage. So today we got this big black GMC Denali and I need to make sure to get it clean. It's a cool 80 degrees today, so I really want to make this kind of fast. So I'm going to start off with the wheels. I'm going to use a concourse brush and some really good wheel cleaner, and then I'll go ahead and do a pre-rinse on the body and give it a nice foam down so we can make this process go a little bit easier. Because I'm a big guy, I really don't want to sweat too much, so the foam's going to really make my life easy. Plus, they finally made a mitt my size, which is really awesome. So let's get this started. I'm going to continue to give a pre-rinse on these wheels, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw in some wheel cleaner. And then after that, I'm going to foam it up, and then I'll start agitating with my brush just to make sure to get all the dirt off these wheels. After that, we'll start going into the foam of the vehicle. So let's get started. So I'll work one wheel at a time so I could really focus on it and really be truly detailed. Because at Chemical Guys, that's what we're all about. So keep in mind, very little product goes a long way. It's very concentrated. And I'll let it sit for a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and get my foam ready. I'm going to be using VO7 soap in here because it gives a really nice foam. And I really like the way it makes the wheels look after it, because it really makes it look like I almost waxed it. So I'll let that sit for a little bit, and what it's doing, it's emulsifying the dirt that's on that surface and picking it up off the surface. So I'm really going to be making sure to not create a sandpaper effect with the dirt and rubbing it into the wheel. So I'll take my brush, let me get a little bit wet, even though there's no soap in here, I just want to get a little bit of water on here, and I'll start rubbing. So it's one of my favorite brushes because it's really long and it gets into all the crevices super easily. Also, it's not too abrasive, so I don't have to worry about scratching anything. You can see that dirt is already melting off. So I'm not going too aggressive, I'm just kind of giving it some good agitation. I'm letting mainly the chemical do the work and the foam. So just like that, you can see this wheel's pretty ready to be rinsed off. So I'm gonna go ahead and start up my pressure washer and we'll rinse it off real quick. So now that I got wheel number 1 down, it's time to go to 2, 3, and 4. So now you can see we got the wheels done. We went ahead and we did it safely. We used a really good wheel cleaner, foamed it, and then gave it a rinse off with a little bit of agitation. So now it's ready to get into the body. Reason why I want to always make sure to do certain things first, like the wheels, because it's going to make my life a lot easier at the end of the day. So I'm going to give it a pre-rinse. I'll go ahead and get these buckets pretty prepped with some VO7 soap, and then we'll go ahead and foam it and get started to cleaning her. I'm going to use these dirt traps, get them nice to the bottom, and I'm going to do the 2-bucket method. So the reason why I'm going to do the 2-bucket method is so I could reduce the sandpaper effect. What these dirt traps are going to do is basically going to trap all the dirt I take off of the body at the bottom of this bucket. So again, I get to reduce the swirls and scratches that I'm adding into this finish. So I'm definitely going to use a really badass lubricated soap like VO7. Reason why is because of the gloss it leaves behind, plus the lubrication it adds to my finish. So not too much soap is needed to make sure this bucket's really lubricated. So let's go ahead, give this truck a pre-rinse. I also got this pretty badass new pole brush that I'm going to be able to play with, and then we'll get started on washing it. So I just loosened up all that dirt off the surface of this GMC Denali. Now it's time to get it some foam to make sure to pick up anything left behind. just finished foaming it, I'm gonna do a top to bottom method just to make sure that any dirt that's on the top, I'm not, of course, rubbing it in everywhere. So I'm gonna use this pole brush just to be able to start at the top, and it's really cool because it's not like any other brushes out there. It's actually got a microfiber finish to it. So it's something that I like to use because I really don't like to use a brush that's gonna constantly be rubbing and pretty much doing a sandpaper effect to this vehicle. So I'll dip it to my soapy water, and then I'm gonna lay it onto the vehicle just to be safe, and I'll swipe in straight motions. So since I already covered a good amount, I'm gonna go ahead and rinse it out so I'm not, again, swiping the dirt everywhere. And I'll get some new soapy water and repeat. So even though I'm a tall guy, this makes my life really easy. So, and then like I said, in this 80-degree weather, easier is a lot better. We'll go ahead and get the other side. And the cool thing about this brush, if I want to get the windshield, I can, because again, it's going to make my life pretty easy. So now, since I got all the hard to reach areas covered with this pole, I'm definitely gonna start using this really awesome microfiber mitt. And again, it's big, it's really fun, and it's gonna cover a lot of surface area super easily. So I always work in line motions because you don't want to add swirls into the surface. And I'll be extra safe and just make sure to constantly be cleaning out my mitt. You can see all the surface area this thing's covering. It's pretty awesome. So just pulled her in. Now I want to dry her. I'm going to go over a couple methods to get this car dry. So there's a couple methods we could use, and especially on a black car, you want to be as safe as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 3 methods. I'm going to show you the blotting method, the regular drying method using after wash, and then I'm going to show you how to just blow dry it. So to start off, we could do a blotting method, and just to do that, we'll take our woolly mammoth towel here, which is super plush and really thick. And the way you do it is you just lay it on the surface and you just blot. So just like this, I'm actually picking up the water off the surface without adding any additional swirls because there's no motion going on. So if I lift it up, you can see it's beautifully dry. Then, if you really want to and you don't feel like blotting the whole vehicle, you can take a product like After Wash and just spray it against the surface, and you can see how it helps the water dissipate, and then you just lightly glide. And that was another way to dry this beautiful black vehicle. So just for speed, and because like I said, we want to make this as easy as possible, I'm going to go ahead and blow dry the whole vehicle. just finished air drying this GMC Denali, and there's a little bit of water spots left behind. So I want to make sure to get the residual taken off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a really badass quick detail VO7, and I'm going to use a good microfiber to wipe off anything that's left behind. So I have some on the hood, and all I'm going to do is just spray and simply wipe. And just like that, I'll make sure that this truck by the end of the day looks crystal clear and super black. I just finished wiping down this black Denali with VO7 to make sure I got off all the existing water spots. So I really want to take this truck to the next level. It's a really expensive truck and I really want it to look beautiful. I almost want it to look like a diamond when I give it to this customer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use black wax. Black wax is really awesome just because it's super easy to use. Usually we do it by hand application, but to make life a little bit easier, I'm going to show you how to apply it with the Torque 22D and a black Hex Logic pad. So it's really simple to do. I'm going to twist the can open. I'll get this can open fairly easy. Normally you could use a black applicator pad to scoop it out, but since I do have gloves on, I'm just going to go ahead and use my fingers, and I'll make sure to spread it all onto the pad. So let's take a little bit there, and I'll evenly disperse it on the pad. And I'm not too worried about using a little bit too much because I'm going to spread it around the whole vehicle. Make sure to attach my pad to the torque. Let's get this puppy spread. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my machine, and then I'll dab out the product before I start spreading it out. And then I'll just have to go up to speed 1. And I'm going to get a really nice even coating of this black wax on this car with using the Torque 22D. And just like that, I spread this paste wax very easily. It not only is really even, but it's going to be really easy to take off because it's so thin. Remember, most of this product, more doesn't mean it's going to be necessarily better. Actually, a really thin coat of wax is what you need to make your life really easy and make the finish look really beautiful. So I'm going to let it cure. While it's curing, I'm going to go ahead and use tire shine to get these tires looking exactly how the paint is, which is going to be really shiny. For that, I'm going to use nice and wet. So the reason why I like nice and wet is because just like what it says on the can, it's nice and wet. It's really simple to use. It's all you have to do is just spray it. What I'll do usually is after I spray it, and again, this is just how I do it, is I'll spray it, let it sit for a little bit, and I'll take a tire applicator like so, and I'll just buff off the excess. The reason why I want to buff off the excess is because I don't want to see all that fling when I'm driving down the road and I show up to my date. I want my truck to look nice, not like it just got spit on. It's really simple to do. And you can see the foam helps me kind of guide it and see where I'm applying this product. And if I get any overspray on the rims, I can just go ahead and take a microfiber and buff it right off. So with a little bit of the product, you can see the tire already looks pretty nice and wet. But I really want to make sure, like I said, to get that excess product off. So I'm going to take a clean applicator and just simply glide over the surface. So not only am I pushing the product into the wheel, into the tire, it's really going to adhere to the rubber and stay there a lot longer, giving me a longer lasting shine. So it's really going to make this wheel and tire look beautiful for a week or two. Just finished applying nice and wet to these tires and they look really nice. So because it cured already while I was doing the tires, I'm just going to go ahead and buff off this black wax with a red line towel. And it's really simple to use because this towel is nice and plush. So already I'm noticing a significant shine just as I'm wiping off that wax that's left behind. I'm really looking forward to what it's going to look like when it's all gone. And just like that, we were able to make this black Denali look one shade darker. It was really easy to do and really fast using the Torque 22D. Not only did it put a nice thin even coat across this vehicle, but it made the cure time significantly faster because of the thin coat. So if you like videos like this, go ahead and give us a subscribe, and don't forget to hit the like button.